Hello everyone, and welcome to the next segment of I Love Dubuque. We're happy you can join us today, and we've got a great show lined up for you today. Our theme for this week's show is green, and the different terms that can go with green and the different things around Dubuque that are considered green these days. We're going to have some surprises for you. Molly and I are here today, and we're going to be visiting several places. We're going to be visiting the Diamond Joe Casino. We're going to be visiting the historic Federal Building. But first, we decided to kick off our show at Duran Architects.
I love Dubuque.
Sitting here today with Mr. Kevin Epperly, who is a principal of Duran. Kevin, thanks for joining us today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
You bet. If you wouldn't mind, please just tell us a little bit about this beautiful building that you're sitting in.
You bet. We like to think of our corporate headquarters here as Iowa's most sustainable building. We have integrated all sorts of green and sustainable components to the building. We've done things here that we would like to think of as experiments that we haven't done with some of our clients. We are submitting for LEED Platinum. We'll hopefully be Iowa's first LEED Platinum level facility. But to start out, we used an existing building. It was a warehouse. It's about 100 years old, and it's a brownfield site, which means it was a contaminated site, basically purchased through the city. And we've integrated things like geothermal heating and cooling, daylight harvesting, photovoltaic solar panels. We use the sun to heat the water in the building, many recycled products and recycled operational programs.
Kevin, not only is this building an architectural wonder, the HVAC systems are unbelievable. Can you tell us about those?
You bet. We do have a geothermal system. It's what's called an open loop system, which means we pump water right out of the ground, and we take the heat or the coolant from that water and heat and cool the building and supplement it with electrical heat. We've got the open loop system means then we have that same water and then we use it for other things. For example, we have a storage tank. We use it for flushing toilets and for janitor sinks. We also use it to irrigate all of the city's landscaping in this section of the port. And then it's dumped into our bioswale and goes into the city's stormwater system. Also, you'll see heat pumps. They're called ice cubes, one of the most highly efficient heat pumps that are out there. The plate heat exchangers and the geothermal well pumps are there as well.
So Kevin, we hear the word green, and both you and Kevin Lynch use the word sustainability. And that is not only a catchword, a buzzword on the national level, it is on the local level as well. Can you tell us a little bit about what sustainability means to Dubuque and how your building is quote-unquote sustainable?
Well, the U.S. Green Building Council defines sustainability as utilizing the resources that we have today so it does not negatively impact our future generations to use those resources. There are really three components. There's cultural, there's a financial side of that, and there's an environmental side of sustainability. Most people immediately think of the environmental side, and that's what green really leans towards, is the environmental side of sustainability. And when people talk about sustainability related to a business, it's having a long-term view. We want to be able to do things for a long term, keep that business in operation. And when we think about building design, we want to think of a building in the long term. We evaluate a life cycle cost analysis. So it involves things like energy efficiency. The more energy efficient systems you put in, the more they cost up front, but the lower your operating costs are going to be. This is very important, especially for public buildings that you expect to be around for 50 to 100 years. If you can spend an extra 5% now, but reduce your operating costs, it changes the budgets for those public entities. So it's very attractive to school districts, to cities and counties, and the federal government. The GSA, which is a federal organization that actually owns more buildings than any other entity in the world, requires LEED Silver on all of their projects, which is the second level of LEED. And LEED is actually a certification program that the U.S. Green Building Council has established. It's been in place for about 9 years now. It stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And it's a series of components related to indoor air quality, site selection and site utilization, recycling and reuse of materials, reuse of buildings. And they're also asking for innovation points too. They want architects and owners to evaluate new possibilities. Some examples in our building, we used a plywood made from sorghum. It's a rapidly renewable material. Stair treads made of sunflower seed husks. I can't think of anything more durable than sunflower seed. Permeable concrete that we use helps with stormwater drainage. Things like that are a little more innovative than we normally would see in building construction.
Very good.
Kevin, you were showing us here before some plans of a building that you worked on. I'm not sure if everybody watching this would know, but Durant actually designs buildings really all over the country, don't you?
And all over the world.
And all over the world. So tell us a little bit, just if you would, about this really neat school that you're developing.
Sure. This is a school in Jackson, Wyoming, and it's an elementary school, pre-kindergarten through second grade. The construction is almost complete. We worked with the Rocky Mountain Institute, which is one of the kind of Mayflower environmental groups that looks into sustainability. As a matter of fact, they are one of the reviewers for the U.S. Green Building Council for green buildings. And this building was pursuing a platinum level of LEED. It looks like it's going to be 1 point short of that, but it's still gold level. One of the few gold level elementary school buildings in the country. They've integrated things like geothermal heating and cooling, use of local materials. They are directly adjacent to the National Elk Preserve, and they're looking at harvesting and using elk chips to heat and cool the building as well. All different kinds of things that we don't think about here. For example, we might put bike racks next to our building. They put ski racks because they have 10 months of snow. And you see the little kindergartners skiing up to their existing elementary schools. So it's quite a bit different. And we do design buildings all over the world. Several buildings in the Pacific Rim. We have a project going in Israel right now, Barbados. Alaska is part of the United States. We're doing work there as well. So,
I guess it doesn't get any more green than elk chips, does it?
It doesn't.
That's right.
It doesn't. So I guess you could say, in a way, that Durant Group is a pioneer leading the way in the sustainability efforts. You had mentioned off camera that this particular building had a very prestigious distinction. Can you share that with us?
Well, we do expect this building to be Iowa's first LEED Platinum level building.
Congratulations.
Well, we haven't submitted it yet, but we believe that within the next 2 months we'll receive that designation. As far as we can tell, there aren't any other buildings in Iowa that have submitted at that level. And from talking to the other architects in the state, I believe we only have about 5 or 6 LEED buildings. And there is one other LEED building in the city, and that is McGraw-Hill's headquarters here. It is a basic level LEED. So it won't be the first one in the city, and we're happy to see that our neighbors here in the Port of Dubuque are pursuing that as well. The National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium Phase 2 is pursuing a silver level of LEED, and the city's parking structure that's right adjacent to us is pursuing a basic level of LEED. And the casino has some certifications and designations of other energy components. You're going to be talking to them.
Yep.
So it is great to see our neighbors pursuing that sustainable approach as well.
It is. It serves as inspiration in the community, definitely. And we thank you for all the work that you're doing in your green initiatives and keeping Dubuque sustainable now and in the future, for future generations.
You bet.
I think that's a perfect time for us to take a walk around this building.
Okay, great. Okay, one of the other things that we did in the building is use a lot of recycled product, even down to the furniture. As an example, this stool is made from recycled beer cans.
Very light.
It's very light.
Yeah. Beer cans. I like beer.
The building has geothermal heat, and it's uses an in-floor heating system and cooling, and these tubes run the hot and cold water through the concrete slab. So you can actually walk around in stocking feet in the coldest part of the winter and stay pretty warm. That way we're heating the people that are on the floor and not the entire high space. Our space is about 40 feet high.
Hi, Kevin. Tell us about this beautiful wall that we have right here.
Well, this wall is actually made from sorghum plywood. Sorghum is like a corn stalk. It's used for silage, but in this case, it is such a beautiful product. It's a rapidly renewable product. It regrows, twice a season, and it makes a very, very strong plywood product. And we wanted to expose that here to show the rapidly renewable material component of the project.
Beautiful, durable, and sustainable. Sorghum, not just for cattle feed anymore.
That's right.
Well, sometimes going green means literally going green, right, Kevin?
That's right. One of the things we integrated here are waterless urinals. And it's just another way to show how you can go green, use less water. That costs a lot less because you're not running that plumbing to the urinal. And we found some very, very attractive fixtures. Most of our clients are very skeptical, so we thought, let's demonstrate how they can be done and done right. So these are some very good examples, and we have clients who have seen these and said, our next building, this is what we're doing. So it's a very good product, a lot less maintenance. When they have to maintain a urinal, the first thing they deal with is the flush valve, and these don't have those. So it's going to save money in construction, operation, and maintenance. So it's a great thing.
Kevin, these steps are amazing. Just another wonderful feature about this building. Tell it, sunflower husks?
Yeah, this is another example of a rapidly renewable product, much like the sorghum panels and the soybean insulation. This is a sunflower seed husk particle board. It's extremely durable and very, very much green for this building.
So cool. It feels almost like marble.
Yeah, it's very dense, and the testing on this product shows it's going to last much longer than normal wood treads would on a stair.
Just amazing stuff right here at Duran.
Well, Kevin, we've got one last question for you. What do you love about Dubuque?
Well, as an architect, when I first came to Dubuque, I didn't grow up here, but I was really enamored by the historic architecture and the beautiful bluffs and the gold dome of the courthouse, and that's what really kind of attracted me. But what's really kept me here and what I think makes Dubuque unique is the fact that all the people of Dubuque come together for a cause, and they really understand what's right for Dubuque, and they follow the leadership that is here.
We hear that a lot, and it's great. So, well, thanks again to the Durant Group for showing us around the buildings, and thanks to you, Kevin. We appreciate you joining us.
Yes,
Thank
we
you, Kevin.
appreciate you coming to visit us.
We're so glad that Durant Group is right here in Dubuque. Thank you so much for all your support.
Thank you.
I love Dubuque!
Yay! We won! Hi there! We're at the Diamond Joe Casino. Kevin and I are testing our luck here at one of the slot machines located inside the brand new Diamond Joe Casino. And as you can see, Lady Luck has been kind. Let's see what we have in store once again.
We're almost done.
Yes!
We're sitting here at the Mississippi Stud poker table with Sally, and Sally's going to show us a little bit about how to play poker, right, Sally?
Right.
Okay,
Yes,
what
I
do we
am.
do? Okay, what do we do?
So I'm going to give you 2 cards. I'm going to have 3 cards. These are going to be community cards.
Okay.
You get a pair of 6s to aces, and you're good. So then you put 3, 3, 3 here.
Okay.
So if you have a 6 to an ace, you still want to put at least 1 chip here. So then I turn up this card. This card, if it's a queen, you have a queen, then you're good. So then you put 3 and 3 here, and put the cards under your
Okay.
the 3rd spot.
Okay, you'll help me, right?
I have no clue what she just said.
Okay, Kelly says go big or go home.
Okay, we got a 5. Just put another
Yeah.
one.
Oh, no.
You have it. And another 5. Do you have a 5?
No.
So I put another one on the 3rd one. And put your cards down here. And a 6. Oh, shoot. Don't touch those. Jesus. Got a 5 or a 6? Oh, nice hand.
Okay. 7, come 11. 10 hard, field roll.
5.
Hard to 10. Nice.
All right, here we go.
7, come 11.
6.
What do we want now?
Now you want a 5 to win, so you're going to scream 5 and clap. No, 5.
Okay.
Come on, 5.
5. Let's hear it for 5. 6 easy. No field. We just 11 what?
Nothing.
Nothing happened.
You want a 5. That's all you care
Okay,
about.
we want 5.
And you got to scream and be happy.
5.
5.
Right. 9 winner.
Okay, here we are at the brand new Diamond Joe Casino at the Cherry Lanes. It's the 10th frame, and I've got you by 40 points. You think you can pull it out?
Well, my friend, that is just a minor technicality. Never count me out. Let's finish this thing off.
It's a big shot. We're going for triple digits here.
Come on, Kev. You gotta break 100. Kevin and I are with Todd Moyer, the general manager of the Diamond Joe Casino.
Hi, how are
Todd. Great to see you.
Gavin, good to see you.
Too.
Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it. We've had so much fun at the Diamond Joe Casino, and our theme is being green. And we could think of no better place to talk about green than here at the Diamond Joe Casino, where you can win a little green and we can talk about being green, which is one of the things that is really unique about the Diamond Joe Casino. Can you tell us about some of your green initiatives here at the Diamond Joe?
Absolutely. You know, this environmental stewardship is very important to us, and we decided to use our very public position to promote green awareness to the millions of people that will come to our doors each day. So a lot of things we did not only made an immediate impact on the environment, but we hope that they carry on to generations to come based on us educating the customers of the Diamond Joe. And one of the things we did first was during our construction project, we issued a net zero, a go green challenge to all of our contractors. And every single contractor on site signed this initiative agreeing to work towards the environment protectionism that we established. You know, things like recycling, using local labor to reduce fuel costs, to mitigate our footprint on the environment, using things like reclaimed wood during the construction process. A lot of different things went into that. And we worked with a company called the Clean Air Conservancy out of Ohio. And they monitored our carbon emissions, and they measured it every step along the way. And we agreed to work with them to eventually come up with a net zero impact on the environment, or zero carbon emissions. And we're able to do that, and we're very proud of it.
Well, congratulations on that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And you also recently had some big news with Pheasants Forever.
Oh, we did. This is a great one. It's something that's really near and dear to my heart, protecting the environment. So we've dedicated a bank of slot machines, and the money or a portion of the proceeds generated from those slot machines will go towards the Diamond Conservation Fund. And will benefit companies like Pheasants Forever, Habitat Forever, and other environmental agencies to really work towards youth education, but primarily put seeds in the ground to really do something with that money. So we're going to donate at least $50,000 in the first year of operation. It could be much, much more. But again, it's another great opportunity with the video that we have playing over that bank of slots to create awareness of the need for environmental stewardship, environmental responsibility, and to encourage others to give as well.
We have had a lot of fun here today. Let's talk about all that the Diamond Joe has to offer. We've tried our hand at slots, and we learned how to play poker. We did some bowling, but there's so much to do here at the Diamond Joe Casino. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the best part about this property is that it's much, much more than just a casino. It's really an entertainment complex. So you can come maybe for the gaming and stay for some bowling, or maybe you come to catch the big game on one of our 16-foot televisions in our sports bar. You come to bowl, and we have a lot of league bowlers and things that come here. With this great showroom that we're sitting in now, we've had great acts from Cheap Trick to Collective Soul to Jewel just a few weeks ago to the Bret Michaels Rock of Love tour last weekend. We have great shows coming up like Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. We have Robert Craig coming in March, and the Dubuque Brothers, which this venue was named after, performing here in April.
One of the things that we've highlighted on I Love Dubuque in the past is various places around the community to go eat. And you've got several places where people can come and dine here.
Yeah, we do. It started with this dream of creating a great sandwich, and we came up with Joe's Deli through that. I grew up outside of Philadelphia, and there's great delis there, and in New York City I spent a lot of time in. And when I came to Dubuque, I said, we need to get, everyone needs a 12-inch high sandwich, right? So we created Joe's Deli, and it has great sandwiches and great salads and potato pancakes, and just some great, great food. Goes into an awesome buffet called the Kitchen Buffet with live action cooking stations right before your eyes, and it's a great product that we're really proud of there. And we also have a sports bar that has some dynamite, bar kind of munchies and things like that. But what I'm most proud of is the Woodfire Grill. It's a great fine dining restaurant, great views of the Mississippi River, some really warm and cozy feeling generated by the fireplaces that are in that room, and really food that is dynamite. Just a great team of culinarians in there. We call them the Young Guns because we have one executive chef named John Nelson, but his team that he's assembled, all culinary school graduates, all just young hot shots, like to experiment with new food and new products, and they put out a great, great menu.
The Chilean sea bass happens to be one of the things I love about the Woodfire Grill, and what I love about Dubuque. The name of the show is I Love Dubuque, and we always ask everyone, Todd, what do they love about Dubuque? Can you share with us what you love about Dubuque?
Well, to me, it's simple. It's the people. I think people make experiences, not four walls. We build a great building here, but it's really about the people that you meet when you come in. From customers meeting other customers to customers meeting our team members, and team members getting to know some real long-term friendships I think are going to start here. I know that's what happened to me. I live in a great community. They are so welcoming. They baked me a pie when I moved to Dubuque. I've moved around a lot, up and down, west to east in this country. No one's ever done that. It might sound cliche, but it meant a lot to me. And my neighbors have been very welcoming. My kids have a lot of great friendships that they've started here, and it's really a special place to live. So I'm glad I came to Dubuque, and it's been a great 2 years.
Tell us a little bit about the economic impact that the Diamond Joe has on the community. Our central themes are how to live, work, and play in Dubuque, but you create a lot of jobs here at the casino too, don't you?
Yeah, we did. When the new Diamond Joe opened, we added over 200 new employees to our payrolls, and that was direct. Yeah, so now we have a total of about 525 team members here. And not only that, what we've been very happy with, here in our 60th day of operation, but we're really seeing the whole gaming market in Dubuque grow. And, you know, it's a matter of Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino and us working in tandem to bring more people, more tourists to the city of Dubuque and everything. I mean, Dubuque's on a roll right now. All that helps us. Every time we make a top 10 list, every time we win another award like the All-American City and so on, that all helps us. And we see new businesses on Bluff Street and businesses on Main Street thriving and great, you know, third and fourth generation companies like Tyson's and Graham's Style Store. All that just leads to make everyone want to come to Dubuque. I mean, we, like I said, are on an absolute roll. Success breeds success. You know, high tides rise all ships, and we're happy to be part of it.
The Diamond Joe is living proof that tourism does create jobs and creates economic impact and jobs. 1.6 million visitors visited the Dubuque area in 2008. We had $253 million in visitor spending, and we are expecting just nothing but good things for the future with the new Diamond Joe facility. Thank you so much for hosting us here today, and your staff. They took such good care of us, and we encourage everyone to come out to the Diamond Joe Casino, whether you're bringing your family to bowl, you want to have a romantic dinner at the Woodfire Grill, you want to try your hand at Lady Luck as we did earlier today. It's just a wonderful entertainment complex. See a concert. We encourage you to come down and enjoy all the facilities here.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for having us, Todd.
Thank you. Take care.
Well, Todd's been kind enough to walk us over to one of the premier restaurants in the Diamond Joe Casino and in Dubuque, the Woodfire Grill. Todd, this is an absolutely fantastic place, and you've got a special treat for us, I understand.
I do, actually. I'm glad you came by. This is our wine bar at the Woodfire Grill. We have over 400 bottles of wine in our cellar here, but what you see behind you is our 32 bottles of wine that we offer by the glass. It's our state-of-the-art Anomatic wine system. It runs on argon gas. So as you take wine from the bottle, it's displaced with argon gas, and it preserves the wine just like the day you uncorked it. Okay?
Wow.
I love that.
Isn't
That's
that
great. That is the best thing. I am a wine lover, and this is one of my favorite features right here at the Diamond Joe. And I happen to spy my favorite wine right over there. So when we get to taste it, if you need someone to, test it out, I'll be happy to volunteer my services.
Well, we'd love to. Why don't we do just that? I mean, if you look behind me here, this is some of our red wines. We have some great vintages, great different types of wine. There's one of my favorites is this Silver Oak. It's fantastic. It's a 2003. And what you'll see on the pricing here is a cost per ounce. So it's a good opportunity for you to try maybe a rare bottle of wine that you have not tried before, or maybe that you don't want to spend $100 or $200 a bottle for, but you can try just 1 ounce of it. So you see the per ounce prices range from as low as $1.25 up to $10.50. Some of them are $1, $2, things like that. So these are all reds, and we have some whites behind you. There's a great Pinot Grigio, one of my favorites, a Santa Margarita, fantastic. I'm sure most of your viewers have had that wine before. It's one of our best sellers. We have these great wine cards. It's a smart card system. You can buy it from the server or from the bartender. You can put as much money as you'd like on it, but when you put your card in, you'll see that I have a balance of $92.97. This is, again, the price per ounce.
Okay.
You just put your glass, tuck
Right
it
up
right
here.
in underneath
Okay.
here. Push
This
the
one.
ounce button. We'll let you try it first.
Okay.
This will give you precisely 1 ounce.
1 ounce. Do you just press it once there, Todd?
Yep.
And it comes out?
And you can try it, and if you recommend it, maybe Kevin and I will also join you.
It smells so good. Okay, let's give it a try here. That's absolutely fabulous. Come try out the Anomatic at the Woodfire Grill at the brand new Diamond Joe Casino in Dubuque.
We love Dubuque!
Hi there. Kevin and I are here at the Historic Federal Building, joined by our very own mayor, Mr. Roy Buell, and our assistant city manager, Cindy Steinhauser. And we're going to talk about sustainability. But first, let's talk about this beautiful Federal Historic Building that has recently, about 18 months to 2 years, gone through a wonderful renovation. Can you tell us about this building?
Sure. This mayor and city council made a decision and a commitment to downtown and to sustainability. And this building is really the perfect example of fulfilling that promise. It was a deteriorating building in downtown Dubuque that about 18 months ago we acquired as a city and did a wonderful restoration, restored the original courtroom, which now serves as a wonderful place for justice and community input. It's the council chambers. It also houses the Housing Services Department for the City of Dubuque, as well as tenant space that continues to be here, like the post office. And there's just many wonderful elements to this building. It is a federal-style building, and so through the sensitive restoration of it, we've been able to reintroduce those features both on the inside and the outside.
Well, and one thing I would add, too, is there's a lot of pride in the community when they look at this building and the restoration of these spaces. I mean, this is the city's council chambers, and there's a lot of pride that goes into that, the quality of the restoration, like I said, and the people that come to visit here recognize that, and you know, it's certainly another feather in the city's hat when it comes to sustainability.
Absolutely.
So, Roy, your tenure as mayor has been really centered around sustainability and building a green community. Tell the people watching on TV what all that means to you and what you want them to know about it.
Well, in a nutshell, it means that we are going to leave the resources in place that future generations are going to need. We're not going to use any more than we absolutely have to for our needs and purposes, and in many cases we're going to replenish natural resources. And you know, I first got into the whole sustainability aspect or field when I went to my first U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting in 2006. And I met with a group of mayors that were the Mayors for Climate Protection, actually signed on to that document saying that we would strive to achieve the Kyoto protocols in our various cities. And then was invited by Robert Redford to go to Sundance, Utah, to his preserve, where they had a meeting of 27 mayors, and they had global climate change scientists and experts in the field there to just educate us on what was actually happening. And as you know, Kevin, I brought that information back to the council, and you know, it was overwhelmingly supported in goal setting that year, and that was the first year that we designated a sustainable green Dubuque as a top priority of the city. And you know, that's also gone a long way in bringing recognition to the city of Dubuque and getting us out ahead of a lot of other communities on sustainability, which today, you know, is the buzzword. That's what everybody's looking to, and we're just so far ahead of a lot of communities, not only in the state of Iowa, but in the country.
The mayor's leadership has really led to a new dynamic theme in Dubuque in regards to sustainability, and I know, Cindy, you're a big part of that. Can you talk about the sustainability plan and the program? I know you've just come out with a new publication as it relates to sustainability. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure, absolutely. And I think, thank you. I think one of the things I'd like to add on to what Mayor Buell said was that really became a turning point. Having the U.S. Conference of Mayors take a position on climate change, because we know, working in local government, and I think it's an important thing to acknowledge in any city or in any country, is that the best form of change happens at the local level. And so the power that the local leadership plays in creating change and addressing issues such as sustainability is really an important message for citizens and people in key decision-making roles to understand. And so when they charged us with the idea of creating a more sustainable community, we said, you know, we really need some definition to that. And we as city staff are not necessarily the right people to make that decision. It really needs to be a decision and a description that is evolved from the community. So we created a task force at the Mayor and Council's direction, a real strong cross-representation of people from the business community, from special environmental groups, religious, youth, educators, as well as city staff and commissioners, zoning board of adjustment, people who are involved in the trenches and doing initiatives in their own organizations. And that task force was really charged with developing a strategic plan, helping the council understand what it means to be sustainable in Dubuque and how we want to leave our legacy. And from that they created a model, and it's a fantastic model. It's a holistic approach to sustainability. It includes economic prosperity, environmental integrity, and social cultural vibrancy. And that all three are equally important in the sustainability initiative that we undertake in here in Dubuque. They developed a vision statement and they developed 11 key principles. And I have with me a real summary piece of the Sustainable Dubuque document, which really tells a little bit of the history, as Mayor Buell indicated, of how it became a priority for the City Council, but then lays out the foundation for our sustainability strategy in Dubuque. And we're continuing to work on setting goals and action steps that support the vision statement, the model, and the 11 key principles that the task force recommended to the council and the council adopted.
For our viewers that would be interested in learning more about the sustainability strategic plan, where can they get copies of this?
We can give them hard copies, but always the sustainable community, you can go online. So the City of Dubuque, www.sustainabledubuque.org, or there's a direct link off of the www.cityofdubuque.org website. And not only does it identify our vision statement and our 11 key principles, we talk about best practices that are already happening in the community, great stories from local businesses of things that they're doing, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But it also talks about our key partnerships. Roy talked about we're leaders in this initiative as far as cities go, and the national partnerships that we've created, mostly that have grown out of the mayor's relationship with the U.S. Conference of Mayors and with ICLEI Council. And so all of that information is available on the website.
Wonderful.
Now, you mentioned that there have been many positive things as we've moved forward with the sustainability initiative so far. Can the two of you, as the ones that have really been on the forefront and rolled up your sleeves and gotten into this, let us know what you're thinking some of those positive things are, and also what some of the hurdles are that we face?
If I could just begin with one thing that really is kind of near and dear to me, because I've been in the public schools, the grade schools, and some of them have been green vision schools, and I've talked with those children, 3rd and 4th graders, and the excitement that they have about that topic and the questions that they ask. I think that is probably one of the driving forces, behind our whole sustainability effort, because those children take those messages home to their parents, and it only takes a few little examples. On that pledge card, the one about brushing your teeth, and do you shut the water off while you're brushing your teeth? And if everyone in the city of Dubuque did that, you'd save the equivalent of an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water every week. And I tell them things like that, and their eyes just get, wow. It makes sense to them. It's something they can relate to. And they take that home to their parents. And believe me, when their parents are brushing their teeth and they don't turn the water off, I'll bet there are children out there telling them to do that. But, starting at that very young age and educating those children, I think, is a real educational factor across the city. I mean, it affects the adults, and when children are pointing things out that are common sense to adults, they change their behavior.
I think that's an excellent point. And eco-literacy is key, and it's also a challenge, as we talked about. But as the mayor indicated, it's very simple steps, and that's part of our message. It doesn't have to be major life-altering decisions that you have to make. It's as simple as turning the water off while you're brushing your teeth, and look at the impact, because as we reduce the demand on water, we reduce the demand on energy to pump that water to homes. And reduced energy keeps costs down, And we talk about return on investment. Through this process, we also need to talk about return on environment and benchmarking that. But it's also things like we have a wonderful local farmers market. And if we spent just $10 a week on at the local farmers market, the economic impact that has to the local business owner. So it's reintroducing that buy local, buy first concept that was so prevalent in the 70s. Again, not new strategies, but just rethinking, or as we say, looking through a different lens. Very simple things that we all can do. But that's one of the challenges, is helping people understand that it can be that simple, as well as the eco-literacy component, becoming familiar with the language and changing your thinking. Another example that we talk about is that, we used to not be a community that recycled, and in '93 we introduced recycling. And so it wasn't second nature to me, but I can tell you it's second nature to my kids. And that's the generational change that we're creating through the Sustainable Dubuque initiative.
Very good. Sustainability definitely has its benefits. We see those every day, not only now but in the future and generations to come. However, most recently we had very exciting news here in Dubuque, and IBM is coming to Dubuque with 1,300 jobs in less than 2 years. Very excited about that. And one of the reasons that they chose Dubuque, I believe they said 2 reasons. One was sustainability, and the other was public and private partnerships. Can you both comment on that?
Well, sure. I can tell you one very succinct point in that whole interview that Michael Daniels, the CEO from IBM, was having. I was standing to his right, and they said, "Why did you pick Dubuque? What was the determining factor?" And he mentioned 2 things. He mentioned the public-private partnerships that are so strong in this community, and he mentioned the sustainability initiative, which he said meshed very well with the philosophy that IBM has on sustainability. Those were the 2 things. And like I said earlier, 2.5 years ago, we set that sustainability as a goal for the city of Dubuque, and today it's paying dividends. I mean, this is the type of thing companies are looking at when they want to relocate in a community.
And I think the other interesting thing about the decision that IBM made to come to Dubuque was because they saw that our sustainability model was based on a concept that was created by the community and continues to be embraced by more and more people, and that it's this holistic approach. It isn't just about one segment of sustainability, the environment, but it is about economic prosperity, so making sure that there are livable wages and that there's the kind of economic environment to continue to support local businesses and create affordable means and, as I said, livable wages for our citizens. But it's also that social cultural vibrancy piece. They want to be located in a community that's connected, where there's an energy, and that comes when you have that balance of those 3 things towards sustainability.
And they're actually living up to that already before they're even here by the choice of buildings that they've made to move into. So could you maybe tell the viewers a little bit about the building, maybe give them a sneak peek of what that's going to look like once IBM moves in?
Sure.
Well, before we go there, though, I want to just update you on what happened today at a meeting with IBM people. One of the speakers talked about sustainability, and he mentioned economics, the environment, and people. Mm-hmm. Exact 3 things that we're looking at in this community. So it is a real good fit for the sustainability model that IBM has. But the Dubuque building, which was going to be a white elephant for the community. I mean, it literally is costing tens of millions of dollars to redevelop that building. And by IBM moving into that building, it's going to be redeveloped to a gold or platinum LEED certification. And it's going to be of the highest quality. It's going to be a building that is going back almost to its original state with open floors, a lot of natural light, just a very good work environment, something that they're very, very excited about. We went through it on a tour yesterday. And the upper floor, about 2/3 of it is already demoed, and just there were no lights on that floor. It was just the lighting from natural sources and the windows, and they're just very excited about the space. And to have a business like that located in a building that is, I think it was built in 1939, 29. And it's going to become the icon, one of the icons in our downtown, you know, the heart of our community. That you can't speak about anything more sustainable than that adaptive reuse of a structure of that size and quality in the heart of a community. So I'm just very excited to see it finally be completed in another few months, which seems like a very long or speedy timetable, but they're going to be like little ants running around down there getting that completed, and it's going to be beautiful when it's finished.
When we talk about with the project, as Mayor said, it's a restoration of an old department store. And when we walked through with them yesterday, we said, now, you choosing to locate in this building in the heart of downtown, again, reemphasizes our model of the most sustainable building is one that's already built, as the mayor said, and so there's the environment piece, restoring the building. There's the commerce piece, restoring the economics of the building, bringing business here, bringing people here, and so there's that economic piece to the model. But then that people piece, 1,300 more people interfacing with the already 7,000 people that work in downtown Dubuque and dine and go to music events in downtown. That's that social piece. So it's creating that sense of place and reintroducing it in a building that had been not maybe as much of a contributor to the downtown community as it could have been. So it's a very exciting project, and we walked through, and it's going to be a fantastic remodel.
And when you remodel a building like that, 70% of the cost actually is in labor. So those are jobs that have to be located where that building is, which is in our downtown. If it were a new building that they were going to be in, 70% of the cost would be in the materials for the building. So
that's an excellent point.
Very sustainable.
That's the green collar economy that we're talking about with our economic piece. And the last thing we might add, as it relates specifically to the renovation of that building, is the care in the sensitive deconstruction of the pieces of the building. In speaking with the contractor that's working on the project, they took out 5 tons of metal and steel and wire. But it was all recycled. So that's 5 tons of material that did not go to the landfill, did not create methane, which is far worse than carbon emissions. So they've taken things like the acoustic board ceiling tiles, because they're reintroducing the beautiful pressed ceiling. But those acoustic tile boards are being shipped back to Armstrong in Pennsylvania. They're being ground and refabricated into new tile. So the story of the recycling of the materials and giving those materials a second life, maybe not in that building, but someplace else, is a wonderful story that we want to continue to tell.
So sustainability creates jobs, and it's the right thing to do. And it's right for the environment, it's right for us socially, it's right for us environmentally, economically. And we are just so excited about IBM coming to Dubuque, and thank you for your vision and your leadership and the sustainability, setting a model for the rest of the country.
We always close up a segment by asking the people that we're talking with the same question. And Roy, you've been through this before, so I'll start with you, and we'll give Cindy a minute or two to think about it. But the question is, tell us what you love about Dubuque.
Well, I'm going to give you almost the same answer, Kevin, that I gave you the last time. It's the people in the city of Dubuque and how those people work together for common goods and to address common concerns and challenges. And that is what really sets the city of Dubuque apart from every other community I've ever visited or talked about with other elected officials. And I think that's very special, and we should be proud of who we are as a people.
Cindy?
Well, I can't top that, so I'll talk about it from a personal perspective. But I think, in all the cities that we've gone across and worked with across the country, Roy is absolutely right. But for me personally, I love all of the choices that I have, regardless of the season. I love the opportunity to walk out my front door, and one night I can walk downtown and eat at a great restaurant or enjoy music outside, or maybe just hang out by the river. And in the wintertime, I love that I can go take my dog and hike in snow, and I love that my kids can walk home from school in a safe environment. So I love all the experiences that I can have as an individual or with friends or with family, as well as at work. It's just a fantastic community with so many choices.
Great.
Very good. Thank you. Well, let's close this edition of I Love Dubuque with our motto, and let's say goodbye to the cameras with I Love Dubuque.
I love Dubuque.
Steeped in historical charm, vibrant with activity and adventure, Dubuque, Iowa is a picturesque destination just waiting to be discovered.
It all begins here. Settled in 1833, Dubuque owes its roots to the mighty Mississippi. One of Dubuque's most awe-inspiring attractions, its power and beauty reach legendary proportions. Today, the river provides commerce, recreation, and stunning natural beauty to this very special Victorian river city.
The spectacular limestone bluffs, dotted with historic mansions, overlook the river. History is preserved in Dubuque's charming downtown, where graceful Victorian-era architecture is everywhere you look. It's a city steeped in atmosphere, a Victorian gem perched on the banks of a sparkling river.
And there's much more to Dubuque than her historic charms. What is there to do here? In a word, everything. Dubuque is alive with activities and fun for the whole family. Festivals and special events throughout the year offer food, music, and excitement in the friendly atmosphere we're famous for.
Shop Cable Car Square, a charming collection of shops featuring unique gifts, antiques, and collectibles, all housed in the graceful architecture of a bygone era. And while you're in the neighborhood, don't forget a ride on the world's steepest, shortest scenic railway. The Fenland Place elevator has been a Dubuque original for over 100 years.
Take in the wonderful collection of paintings, sculpture, and photography at the Dubuque Museum of Art. And don't miss these 110 breathtaking Tiffany windows from the 1900 World's Fair. For gaming fun, take in the fast action at Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino. Or try your hand at authentic riverboat gambling aboard the Diamond Joe Casino.
Then head to America's River, our exciting new riverfront development. The 115,000 square foot Education and Conference Center brings a new level of meeting sophistication to Dubuque. Bike and hike along the scenic River Walk and touch the mighty Mississippi at the beautiful River's Edge Plaza. Explore the Mississippi River Discovery Center, featuring river aquariums and interactive exhibits. And families can stay and play at the fabulous hotel and indoor water park. In fact, Dubuque offers a wide variety of outstanding hotel accommodations, including gracious bed and breakfast hospitality at Dubuque's many restored Victorian mansions.
When the sun dips below the picturesque Dubuque horizon, the fun is only beginning. Fine dining is a tradition in Dubuque. From casual to elegant, indulge yourself with dinner at one of our many excellent restaurants. 3 beautiful theaters offer great performances of plays, musicals, and tours. And symphony fans will love the many Pops concerts. Night spots abound here. From dance clubs to great places to socialize, Dubuque has fun after dark.
From season to season, Dubuque is a showcase of natural beauty, and there are so many ways to enjoy it. In spring and summer, enjoy lush golf courses. And with nearly 20 parks and miles upon miles of trails for hiking and biking, everyone will discover a favorite spot.
A short drive through the countryside brings you to the country's most famous cornfield. Field of Dreams was filmed right here. You can run the bases yourself or just listen for the whispering voices Hollywood made famous.
Some say the spectacular scenery of the bluffs and river valley is most striking in the fall. Brilliant foliage can be seen in 3 states from some vantage points. It's a marvelous time to don a cozy sweater and enjoy the scenery and activities in the crisp autumn air.
A great destination for a winter getaway, Dubuque is a flurry of activity when the snow flies. Dubuque's hilly terrain makes great skiing. And you won't want to miss the majestic bald eagles soaring overhead. Each winter, these magnificent birds flock to our river to fish. And of course, the holidays are very special in picturesque Dubuque. The lights of the season seem to make shopping and celebrating even more festive.
Travel options abound in and out of our beautiful city. A convenient regional airport offers daily jet service from several major hubs. By car, motor coach, or plane, Dubuque is easy to get to.
Day and night, whatever the season, Dubuque, Iowa has something for everyone. Come see us this spring, summer, fall, or winter. Whatever you're looking for, discover it in Dubuque.